Okay. Sorry for that little lull and pause. Just making sure I put some notifications out. Okay, so I think I've done quite a few things, and you know, if you've seen the previous video, then know that I have done some digging, and I got the room a little bit bigger, and I'll just go over a few things here. And some things just want to talk about, the little problems I ran into. So to begin with, oh boy, that climbing glove. Nice when it works, nice when it doesn't work too well. Of course, I've got my stonework factories working again and compacting things down, stuff of that nature. The problem I ran into, though, was I was getting overloaded with things. Decided best thing to do would be to just kind of the ores that were just getting too big. I'm just kind of avoiding a good bit of them off here, because what had happened is that this tower right here got completely filled up, and it was backed up. I had to come in and put in a second ingot creator just to keep it up, and of course this side, just no matter what, everything goes through here quickly, you know. But I am getting thousands of ingots, except for osmium, which seems a little weird that I'm not. Yeah, see, there's this ton of osmium, so I don't know what's going on with that. That's an oddness. But at any rate, at least got that, you know, mostly fixed. Let's see. Then I had a creeper explosion, so I've lost some things. Like, all my books are just gone. So I'll have to eventually do something about that. Came over here and put this in. And this, of course, is just making tons and tons of inferium. I've got these extra utilities mechanical crafters. I did put one speed grade upgrade in here because it was starting to stack up. So we're making plenty of prudentium essence, but there was just really no need for over here. It just greatly slows down. Master infusion crystals. Finally got enough of, as you can see, 467 now, but I was getting enough of this supremium essence that I could go in and start making the master infusion crystals, which is awesome because they have unlimited uses. Still have this one to change out, but it'll be a while before this goes. I still have like 413 uses left, so I'm just leaving it in there, trying to be efficient, I guess. Over here, you can see I have put in storage drawers, and this is pretty much what I deem stuff worth keeping. And this is my new mob farm. As I can see, I got the ender inhibitor going here, and then I've got the two mob mashers right there. I put in the player upgrades and everything else like that, and you can just kind of make it out in the back there that there is some witch water. And what I did was I kind of dug that out, and I just put it in the dispenser so I can shut off the witch water whenever I want. And then all above here is the spawning floor that I've covered with vector plates. And then I kind of dug out. And in fact, yeah, you can see there was just some mobs that went through right there. So it's just a nice dark room. Actually, there's no vector plates. What I've been thinking, I put in these mob fans from mob grinding utilities, and I just put in some upgrades. The full 10 on the modifier, the distance modifier, and I just went up one height in case I get any bats. And then there's the width modifier, which is at max. I can do show level, so you can see it goes really far out. So we'll shut this off. So I have access back here if I need to shut these things off and do any work on the inside. Which, I don't know, visually I might climb on top. I went on ahead and, let's see if you can see this. I did the roof too. So if I eventually want to go back in and put some lights in here to stop any spawning. But I had the roof blocks up there, so I'll know right where to dig. You know, just trying to plan ahead a little bit. And this side over here is the same thing. And that basically it's kicking everything in the middle, and then this fan's just kicking them out of the middle and down over here where they drop down, and then this continues to push them down over to the grinding area. And I thought it would be fun, and this is just overflow protection. And then right behind here, I'm voiding off the stuff I just don't want. Don't care about the obsidian boots or lapis armor and things of that nature, or the, you know, the bows and trophies. I just, who cares? Over here, I made a habitat for the polar bears, and thought this was kind of made this to, I wanted to make sure that nothing would spawn in here, so I put in some lights from this is RF Lux. They kind of blend in with the wall a little bit, so they're not so obtrusive. Also put in floodlight from Immersive Engineering, and then just got some glowstone. So I thought this would look kind of cool with this wall right here, which is the chicken farm. But yeah, I had those polar bears that spawned in my original mob spawning area down out over that way, and just thought I'd keep them. I just thought that was cool. Put this in area in. I kind of want it to be the barn area. Gonna put some automation in to shear these sheep so I can get plenty of wool, and same thing for the cattle. Haven't had any fluid cows spawn yet, so I may have to look into that. And it made this little machine to make Fluix crystals. Eventually I will get applied energetics going, so I'll have a storage solution. But just have to stick everything in here, turn on the timer, and it just puts everything in. I was originally just having troubles with things popping back out of the water and stuff, and just kind of wasn't quite working right. And as you can see, I've cleared out all of this, which used to be the canola plants, because oh yeah, and if anybody has any questions about something you see here, just contact me and I'll make a point to explain it next time I'm recording. But I have started the canola oil power setup. So that's actually, speaking of growing plants quickly, because we're kind of at that point. So you see that these are growing fairly quickly. So I crafted up the growth crystal tier 3 for tiny progressions. You know, that is quite the ordeal. And then also up underneath here are the mystical agriculture, mystical or growth accelerators, mystical growth accelerators, just regular growth accelerators, because they increase the growth of everything above it. All of these inferium seeds or plants are level 4s or tier 4s. Eventually it may go up to tier 5. I just haven't really been in the mood for that yet, because there is the insanium levels. Right here, which I guess are great for, yeah, we have to get into that, which will basically be turning all this into insanium, which I'm not ready for yet. Also with this plant interactor, which only right clicks the plant and it doesn't break it, I think that's a little bit better idea. And but it breaks it, takes in the inferium, and then any seeds that pop off, like there's one there, will eventually end up in here, and it gets turned back into inferium, which, you know, a level 4 gives you 4 inferium every time. Did it go through? Yeah, so there we go, 4. And I didn't put fertilized dirt in everywhere. I didn't have enough rotten flesh and bone meal to get too crazy there. However, I did have, by the time I built this side over here, I did have plenty of time to make all of that fertilized dirt. And I put in another tier 3 growth crystal, which is about the top tier, at least in this pack, and made all this. Now this, I don't think I've ever built this type of system the same way twice. You know, you always have your farmers, your presses, and your fermenting barrels. But just to take you through my process here, generally what I'll do is I'll get this going, I'll get a coal generator, and that'll provide power. I'll just throw in one stack of coal, just leave it run. I put in a canola press, and then I start putting in the fermenting barrels, and that gives me, actually, how am I feeling this? Yeah, so this is getting refined. Yeah, okay, sorry, had to think about it. So, you know, this is getting my canola oil, and this is fermenting, and then it fuels the oil generator. And then it just starts powering everything at that point. Over here, you know, of course you want to get, if you want to get the next tier of oil, then you have to drop a crystallized seed. Right here, crystallized canola seed into the refined canola oil. But in order to get a regular crystallized seed here, you have to drop it in front of a atomic reconstructor, and that crystallizes it. And then so this is my little setup here. This is pulling in a bunch of these canola seeds. Whenever this starts getting low, you can see there's power here. I don't know how you can see this in recording, but this is like level 6, then it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it will power this block here and shut this off. So it stops dropping anything. But if this gets low, this of course goes down, and then this starts working again until this fills back up. And down there is a range collector that will pick up everything that gets reconstructed. And basically when this drops, it's hitting a pressure plate, which is going to activate the atomic reconstructor and give us crystallized seeds. I'm using Ender IO item conduit. I just like it better. And that is coming over here, and part of it goes up and over into another dropper. And the way this works, of course I have the fluid placer and the fluid collector. There are two scanners on either side. This side is looking for crystallized oil, and this side, if I can click on it, well, I can't. I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Project Red, you're in the way. This one's just looking for, what is this called? The refined canola oil. If this detects refined canola oil, it puts out a signal, goes up here and drops the seed. When it turns into crystallized, this detects it, and kind of had to scratch my head about how to get this to work. So this is putting out a signal through this inner IO redstone setup, which maybe I don't need that. And then this side over here is a comparator. So if this is, you know, got anything in it, it's going to put out enough signal to this AND gate, or it's a NAND gate right here. So it's getting two signals, which is shutting this off, and then I've got a NOT gate here. So once this gets a signal, this just pops off, and then I've just left this in deactivation mode. So what that will do is like if this gets low enough, it'll just stay running until it gets to a level to put up enough signal to go right over here. And right now it's at signal 2. I could probably extend this out even further, and that would be fine. But so far, so it's just kept this at this level right here. Imagine I could run it at lower levels, but I'm not too worried about it. It's actually running kind of fine right now. I kind of figured this gives me a good buffer. So right now I am at the 100 CF per tick for 280. So every 50 millibuckets, this is the power it's kicking out. 280 per tick. So what am I up to next? The next here is to create this, which is the empowered canola seeds. And took a little figuring because these are just regular canola seeds, and then these are, what comes up in here is crystallized canola seeds. And I'm basically tapping it from two sources, from that chest there, and then I got a line running down here that comes out right there and goes into all of this. So that's where I'm at. The next step is to take all of this and drop it into a similar situation as this, and then make that final tier of oil, which I'll be running another oil generator on. Now, one of the things I ran into, because this was working so quickly, it would just fill up this buffer area right here with canola. If for those of you that are not familiar with the farmer, this side over here usually fills up with the seeds that it uses for replanting, and then this is this is where all the goodies go. However, you won't get any seeds over here unless this fills up. That's why these 5 stacks of canola over here. So there's a small stack, or just 1 stack of canola seeds, which is really plenty once everything's up and running. But what that does is it forces canola seeds over here and canola, so I make sure I have plenty for use in my machines. But my solution was to put in some drawers with, you can see these have the void upgrade. So these drawers keep sucking in canola in this drawer, and then seeds in this one, and that just keeps the farmer cleared out and running. So this is pretty much going all the time. I could probably shut this off if I really wanted to. I think I can probably just throw a lever on there and I'll turn this off and stop this from running, and then it'll just be operating off of what's in these storage drawers right here. And how long that would last, I don't know. But it has just been, fun figuring this all out. And would have finished it, but it was late and I was tired. And then this is the old mob crusher system. I haven't done anything with it yet because, man, holding it out there, I just can't turn it down right away. This is my wither killing chamber, and this is all the tiny progressions, reinforced obsidian and glass, and hello critter. It's our little kitty, 1 of 8. Oh yeah, and it picks up the stray random mob every once in a while. Okay. Over here, I just wanted to make all thermal expansion machines. But these are all the ones that take power. And not real sure what some of these do. I'm expecting I'm going to stumble upon a recipe that requires one of these machines, and I just want to have them set up and ready to go. My idea was that if they're spaced out like this, I can get plumbing and piping in if I need to set them up for any particular situation. It also gives me a chance to kind of look at them and figure out what they do. Still not sure what some of these do, but it is what it is. This is the Ender IOs I set up. This is the enchanting setup right here. I haven't used it yet. Because I'm still running around in Emerald credit gear. And let's see what else. And where have I just been throwing things? I made some of the other machines from thermal expansion, and these don't require any power, so kind of interesting. Completed some quests and got some more flux storage things. That'll probably be a cool thing to get into at some point. Just not ready for yet. Got some plans though. I do want to have. I was thinking that once I got this power going, setup going over here, I might do some compact machines, and because I want to get the resource gathering for mystical stuff as well. And of course the chicken breeder is going all right. And actually, when I originally made this, I made some mistakes. So let's get rid of these juicy. Oh, wait a minute. Let's hang on to 1 stack. I'm about to get rid of all my 1010s I just trained up. Okay. Alright. Let's put you up here. So, the concept behind this is, I'll start off, we'll just look at this. This is the basic drawers, 1x2. This first thing is going to put out a signal for the least full slot. And the concept is like you'll get one chicken in here, and if the next chicken that comes in has different stats than the first one, it'll go here, and then this little thing kicks in and shuts. It'll emit a signal. This is a downgrade, which means only one stack can go into either drawer. Now on the back of this is the torch, and this is a block breaker. Once this shuts off, this activates and it will break the roost right here. The next, if we're gonna go by kind of do the steps in order about how this kind of goes, all those chickens and seeds in here gets picked up by this advanced item collector and gets sucked back into here, and this is where all the old lower level chickens end up. And then to get the seeds out of this crate, you can kind of see it's one of those extra utilities flat item transfers. And one thing I had to make sure that I filtered in here was the chickens. If I didn't filter the chickens, it would start putting some of the older chickens back in, and it was just making a huge mess. Because what you want to have happen is that when the block breaker breaks, the roost goes back in here, but the roost needs to go down and into the block placer and pop back up here, and then the only thing that gets fed from this crate is going to be the seeds, so you can feed the breeding chickens. And then of course every time this breaks and gets placed back up in there, this item conduit up here just takes the chickens out of here and then puts it in here and breeds the next batch of chickens. So the most important part though is to and of course there's another flat item transfer thing that is taking the chickens that do get bred from here and sticking it in here. But the most important thing I want to mention is have a filter installed here to keep the chickens from coming from this crate. And I also have a filter, I think it's up here, it's up on the upper part, that only allows the roost to come down and into here. And that's it. Really easy breeding system for chickens. And as you can see, I have been busy. These chickens are all 10, 10, 10, and they breed fast and easy. And over here, I have been breeding a cocoa brown and a yellow chicken, which has resulted in copper. And I just stick these over here and just wait for them to grow up, and obviously I will need to make a new roost, but for now I need to get some things moved around. So just need one of those. I think I'll throw my epic bacon in there. Well, how these things work with these nesting pens is you just grab the chicken, then I just throw them down the ground and pop them, and I do the same thing here. Pop them. Yep. And then brown chicken. So there's the cocoa brown. And then the yellow. And it doesn't really affect the rates. You know, taking a chicken out doesn't really do anything. And basically what I've been doing at this point, of course, like I said, I need to get a roost. I've just been going through JEI and seeing which chickens that I can make for right now. Oh, oak planks. Oh, wait, I have oak in my inventory. There we go. Making the roost. Alright. So let's throw those in. And if anybody's having problems with, there's a backpack in here that I don't use because every time I die it loses everything. But this cyclic storage bag, I've had like few issues with it, and it's fairly big, and there's some other things that you can do with it. I think that changes the color of the bag. Oh, let's go red. I like red. So there, and I just go back here, toss on that, and put it through extract always active. And then when we get our copper chickens grown and bred up, they'll just go right in here, and then we'll be producing copper. And you may have already seen this, but I am collecting all the materials down here, and my latest acquisition is plastic, which reminds me, I have plastic. Fantastic. I need to, and I'm running out of, I've actually used up almost all my room down here. But I've only got these two. I don't have an upgrade storage yet because I can't think of any reason why I need to go over 2,000 yet. But that tells me right there, these guys need to be bred up. So we will come up here, and I believe this is the rubber chickens. That is it. And then we will go over here, and then these will, and this, the thing I like about this system is it just takes, and you know, a couple of 111 chickens just take forever to breed. It just painful. But as they get higher, they start breeding faster and faster, which is, and the main reason I try to push these right straight up to 10-10-10s is when I'm trying to breed for other chickens, you know, I want that to go pretty fast. And let's see, these guys are about over 50%. So, and you kind of have to go this route because you have to look for the eggs. Flint chicken and bone white chicken to give me iron. And I'm not sure. Yep, I do have a flint. And there's the bone white. Ooh, yeah. So let me get out a net, and I should need the chicken stick, so we'll pop this guy down, grab him and put him there, and oh, that guy already popped down. That's cool. And there we go. And basically what I will do is I will just clear this all out. And if I don't feel like using the little trash can feature, which of course I'm a OP on my server here, so but I do have this, which is the thermal expansion nullifier, which is just basically a trash can. So just throw those in, let it run. And you know, if you've already seen this, and I did some things with this. Starting to stack up on feathers in here, and I just grabbed the stacks that were in here, stuck them in storage. I very rarely need feathers, so I figure I'll just dump the rest into a trash can. And of course, this is pulling manure and feathers out, going into this crafter that turns it into a block, which goes in here and mixes it with water to get liquid fertilizer, which is what I'm using to power this methane digester generator, which I haven't really bothered upgrading this. I don't really know if I will or not. I just kind of made it there so it give me some additional power on my system at the time. And it's also, well, actually I'm just using it, well, yeah, I'm using it to power the floodlight as well, so it's all good. Okay, so that all being said, I want to repeat my little setup over here. We'll get back to this and put these. I'll need, you know, droppers, fluid collectors, and placers, and cut scanners, and oil generators, and you know, all that good snazzy stuff. And kind of wondering what I got for, yeah, I don't see any extra stuff over here, so that's fine. Okay, to begin with, the things that craft easier are the scanners. Ooh, went too far. So need 2 scanners, so I need 2 of those. Okay, so applied placer. Ooh. Oh, it's actually, sorry. Actually additions, placers. So there's the fluid placer, which takes a auto placer and a couple of buckets. So just make the basic coil, make the auto placer, make the fluid placer, which requires buckets. And looks like I am out of some iron there. So we'll grab a stack and bounce all over the place. Like so. Okay, and there's our 2 scanners, our fluid placer, and then we need the fluid collector, which needs an auto breaker. So there's a basic coil. Stay there, book. And oh, we could use aluminum. That's a good use of aluminum right there. Okay, I don't want aluminum ingots in my inventory. So what's the difference? There isn't a difference. That was weird. Okay. And there is the fluid placer scanner. And the need the dropper. And this is a precision dropper, which is a good idea because this way it's not dropping things in a bunch of random directions, which is kind of a pain. So, and I am out of those crystals. Estonia crystals. Throw those back in here. So we got this again. Oh, went too far. Need some gold nuggets. Where to put you? There, you can go right there. Got this, and bam. There is the automatic dropper. Okay, so I am thinking, I need to make sure there's room, and yeah, maybe I'll just go ahead and put it here. So, we have scanners going here and here. We have our fluid placer going here. And then that should be the fluid. How I end up with... Oh, I think mistakes have been made. Somehow. That's a placer. I did the wrong thing, folks. The derpage is real. Alright, I'm going to throw that in there. And I need a collector. Fluid collector. So there's an auto breaker. One bucket and 2 buckets. Okay, fluid collector. Oh, another thing to keep in mind, if you're using that range collector, make sure that this particular dropper with the crystallized canola seed is far away. Otherwise, every time this kicks something out, it just automatically sucks it back into the system. That kind of stymied me for just a little bit. Okay. The next thing we need is pressurized fluid duct things. And these will be fun to find. If there's any in here. I've been making lots of stuff with or different pieces and all. Oh, there's redstone alloy wire. I want to keep that. But yeah, making a bunch of things. Not seeing. Huh, there they were right there. And I've only got 4. So, need to make more. And I've just been going with the fluid pressure ducts. And make sure I have this redstone torch. Okay, so gonna put these both on pulse because I don't want them doing nothing. Okay, and then we grab here and let's think. Think. I have. Where's my. There's the wrench. Okay, don't care about these two. So I am thinking. There we go. That will attach. And that will attach. Okay. And I want to run here. So it needs to run through all of this. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay. And this is why I like Ender IO. I just think this is cool. Okay, and then just tap. May have to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, and we have a full tank. All right. For my next, hopefully, amazing feat, I'll do this. That doesn't need to be like that. And maybe it doesn't need. Okay. All right. let's do this. Pull out the precision dropper. And that's going in the right direction. And the nice thing about this red alloy wire it just goes all the way up there, but yeah, for right now I need more of it. I don't know if I'll need to make. Okay. All right. There we go. Red alloy wire. All I could ever ask for. Okay, here and there. All right, and I will need to there we go. And I don't remember what channel. Let's see. So that one's using blue. So we're gonna always active extract on purple. Should be good to go here. Yeah. All right. And this will be insert on purple. And it should be filling up with empowered canola seed. And then as you can see, it's going to start making more. And as you can hear, this is getting low, so it's should be able to see that drop down. Then back up. See, it's just maintaining levels. I think it's a pretty cool thing. And this is basically what's powering the atomic reconstructor over there. And you know, it's working intermittently, which is good because this is able to keep up, so it's not operating all the time. And then the empowerer is being juiced up by this thing, which is providing plenty of power. And you can see this thing will get low. Which it now has refined. Oh man. That should not have had refined in it. Jeez. Well, criminy. Well, this is where we take this. This empties it. And then I can put it back in. And it humanity's sake. I'll put that back on poles. Clean it. This is a pain. Okay. Mistakes obviously have been made again. Oh, groovy. That's the bucket I have. Okay. Trust me, folks, this is not the first time I've had this problem. Ugh. Okay, it's in deactivation mode. Don't want it in deactivation mode. I want it to be, and we'll stick it to pulse. Okay. Ugh. So basically, come on, there we go. Well, it looks like that did something. But I didn't want it to do that. Let's see if I can do this. And this is why I have the precision dropper. There it goes. Oh, which should have worked. Hmm. Well, my thoughts. Maybe. If I had something like this. Or maybe I just need this. Maybe. So theoretically, but that's kind of the pain, though. So if I do this, and do this, of course that's off. Break this, it's still off. Oh, that's the kicker. Okay, so here are my thoughts. What would I want to, how would I want to fix this? And the way I'm thinking about fixing this is a timer. Maybe a timer that is okay. wonder if I have anything like a timer in here. Phantom faces. Mechanical users. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Okay. I'll still use my scanner. So let's go put that scanner back. Do I still have it? Yeah. Let's put the scanner back. Because my idea is, I'll have a timer on, right? And I want that timer to run anytime there is this stuff in here. But I don't know which one. I'm pretty sure. Should I try that one or this one? I mean, I've used dark utilities before, but I've been playing around with this stuff here lately. So let's make these guys. Might as well just make a bunch of these tortures. I'll need one. And here, I'll throw the rest there. Okay. So, stone. One stone. Timer, pointer. There we go. 3 of those. There is the timer. So let me place that there. Bad place to put it. Okay. Because I want to test it. That's an AND gate. That is not the timer. So, when this goes around, okay. Redstone dust goes here. Puts out 3 signals. What is the purpose of this? Scrap screwdriver. Play around with it. That does nothing. That's just rotating. Okay, so do I have any levers? Lever. Yeah, I have levers. So let's see. If I put you down, that will stop you. That's exactly what I want, folks. Okay, I still have a comparator. Okay. I'm wanting to put this timer down right there. Cool. So I think what I can do, go ahead and break that. Do this and this. Yeah, I was thinking about integrating this in. Maybe I don't need the scanner. Maybe what I need is the comparator. Because really, all I wanted to... Yeah, that will work fine. What can we say? Comparator is full. When it is on, or when that is full, I'm getting 13. And where's Project Red stuff? Let's try Project Red. 13. Yeah. And that's 13 the whole way. Don't know how to feel about that. But, you know, if it gets full... Oops. There we go. Okay. Now there is a way. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, once it empties, it's empty. and it goes to 0, and that thing will run. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll fix the problems. I really, really do. Okay. So, that means I will not need this. We'll put that in there. And, Ooh. Get that out. So this is, oof. Can I put a timer? We'll just build another timer and see if it'll sit on top of that. Maybe we'll get lucky. No, don't spin the table. All right. Just need 3 of those. Piece of stone. Oh, went too far. Wrong timer. 1 of those. It's a cathode. And then just make the actual timer. Sweet. Oh, I'm not going to be that lucky. But not a big deal. So I'm sure it will work this way. Oh, crap. Ugh, quit hitting it with the wrong things. Pull you out, put you in. No, you don't go there. You go there. Crud. It sucked all my dirt out. Ugh. Well, nuts. Oh, which makes me realize I put this on the wrong side. Duh. Oh, that was, and criminy. Okay. So, that being said, that one's on deactivation. This one is on pulse. Cool. Right, and just need to compare it to where. Let's do this. I think I got a comparator. Yeah, I got the one of these Project Red comparators. I think it'll work. It says it works just exactly like Minecraft, regular Minecraft comparator. Yeah, that seems to be working. And that will stop it. Sweet. Alright. No. I still have pressurized fluid things. Let's do this. Won't be needing this for the time being. Don't think I'll be needing that or that. Alright. We got actually additions going. We got our oil generator. We'll make a couple of these. There's our oil generator. I could probably just do that. And there we go. $400 RF per tick. Okay. Can't beat that. So, where does this leave us now? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you found this informative and hopefully this solution, if you are playing Stoneblock2 or if you're playing a pack that does have this actually additions and Ender IO. Keep in mind I'm using different items from different packs, so this is actually additions for the majority of the machines here, but the rest of this is of course Ender IO and then Project E. Forge multi-part CVE, yeah, but this is actually Project Red right there. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, with all this, you can manage to get to the upper tier level of the fluids, and always a good idea when you're making an automatic system to have some controls in it. And that was my big major process here, is to figure out a way to get things under control here. I do have some other ideas. I may end up rebuilding this at some point, but for now I'm just happy that it's generating power, and maybe I'll finally get the flux stuff going. Also I'm wanting to build the an extreme reactor, because that's always fun. That's always lots of power. and it comes in handy for doing other things. But anyhow, folks, it is late. Let's take let's go take a look over here and see how our chickens are doing. And these guys have gone up to 322s, and these are our copper chickens, which we'll move some things around here. Grab our little chicken stick and boop and boop. Go inside, pick up all the extraneous bits. See if anything got picked up. Yep, coppers, and there's rubber chicken. One of my copper chickens got picked up there. And some chicken poo. We'll get rid of this. There we go. And we'll just kind of throw those guys right there. And these are chickens I don't want to keep anymore. I think I'll just get rid of that. And we'll go over here. Throw those down and see. Oh, and look, we've got iron chicken eggs. We get those hatching. All right, coolness. So, anyhow, I will probably do a little bit more messing around with these chickens here. Then I am off to bed. But everybody, hope you have a great night. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are someplace safe. Hope the current stresses that are going on in the world right now, especially here in America, will come to an end soon. And hopefully our leadership will find some way to kind of fix things here. But I hope everybody has a great night. And thanks for watching.